Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing the trailer reaction to John Wick Chapter 3. But first, I'd like to really thank my brother Patrick for boosting my channel on Facebook. Really appreciate it. It really helped with this last video. And I'd also like to just thank everybody who watched the video and who liked the video and who subscribed. I really appreciate it. This is what I really am loving, having a lot of fun doing. I want to keep doing it, and it really helps me to continue doing it if I notice that people are really enjoying the videos. So really big thanks for the likes, and to my brother Patrick for the support of boosting this channel. But we're going to go ahead and watch the trailer to John Wick Chapter 3. But first, I'd like to just give a little bit of a summary of what's been going on up until this point. In the original John Wick, starring Keanu Reeves and directed by Chad Stahelski, something like that. Really cool name, though. That's got to be an action hero name, right? But starring Keanu Reeves, basically how it goes. Spoilers if you haven't seen John Wick or John Wick Chapter 2. If you haven't seen these movies, you probably should go ahead and check them out before John Wick Chapter 3 comes out. It comes out May 17th this year, so you've got about a month and a half or so before to catch up with those two movies before going to see John Wick Chapter 3 in theaters. But I would say that John Wick, the first one, was probably my favorite. Just the whole revenge story of, basically Keanu Reeves' character, John Wick, you killed my dog, and in return, I'm going to kill you and your entire family, and now we're even. Like, I guess that's, assassin logic, but I really liked I don't know, the origin story. I just thought was better than the second one. The second one did a really good job of world building, giving you an idea that this doesn't just happen in the U.S. or the Continental in New York is not the only assassin hotel in the world. They're all around the world. So and I did really like the sequence in Rome in Italy in John Wick Chapter 2. But I would say just the origin story and the revenge story of the first John Wick I thought was better than the second one. So basically, like I said, in the original John Wick, the Russian mob, this guy, the leader of the Russian mob's son, kills his dog, and spoilers, obviously if you're watching this, spoilers, but basically he kills his dog and John Wick, and steals his car, beautiful car by the way, and for revenge, John Wick, like I said, basically the entire movie hunts down the Russian mob and kills the son that killed his dog, which was a final gift from his dearly departed wife, which just adds another nail in the coffin of the Russian mobster's son, who was stupid enough to kill this assassin's. Really, the way they set it up is he's the biggest, baddest assassin in this world. So basically, you go kill his dog and you steal his car. What do you expect? He didn't know that was going to happen, but not a great idea. And then in John Wick Chapter 2, basically at the end of John Wick, the original, John Wick basically retires again. So then John Wick Chapter 2 rolls around, and basically he's thrust back into this world because he, first of all, gets his car back, but then after he retires again, an Italian mobster, I think his last name was D'Antonio or something like that, basically comes, and the idea of markers are introduced into the world of John Wick. Basically, it's a blood oath. Basically, you ask for help from somebody, and basically they make you take a blood oath, and they are given this marker that they can come back to you whenever they want and basically ask you to do something for them. So it's a give and take basically. So this Italian mobster comes with a marker and asks John Wick to do something for him, and John Wick originally doesn't want to do it until the Italian mobster blows up his home. D'Antonio blows up his home and basically destroys all his possessions, and then he's like, oh crap, I guess I should just do this. So basically, more stylized action, and eventually he fulfills the contract, fulfills the blood oath, and then eventually kills the Italian mobster himself because the mobster tried to kill him after fulfilling the contract, which doesn't seem like a really nice thing to do after somebody does something so, nicely for you. But anyway, kills the Italian mobster in the Continental Hotel. So basically there are two rules to the world of John Wick, and specifically the hotels, or the Continentals, that are basically hotels that are in this world. And the two rules are: there is no killing or no bloodshed within the Continental, so basically it's a safe haven. And two, all blood, markers, all blood oaths have to be fulfilled or completed. So basically, John Wick kills the Italian mobster D'Antonio inside the Continental, which breaks a rule, which gets him excommunicated, which puts him on the run and puts a huge bounty on his head globally for all other assassins to take advantage of, basically, which is what's going to then lead into John Wick Chapter 3. So really long summary, I know. Really quickly, though, I do want to talk about the director, Chad Stahelski. Basically, this guy has been he's been a stuntman for probably almost 20 years now, martial artist, really the type of guy you really want to at least coordinate the stunts in a movie like this, but he's actually been directing it since the first one. So, but this guy basically has doubled for Keanu Reeves in the original Matrix, and so this guy knows the world of stunts, and has worked with Keanu Reeves before on John Wick and Matrix and all that. But I just saw a quote from him on IMDb, which in my mind just makes him an even more amazing badass. So basically, this guy was quoted as saying, "If I'm the smartest guy in the room, I'm in the wrong room," which basically sounds like a diss on yourself. But I love people who know what they're good at and know who they are, and this guy definitely knows that. Like, he knows he's not like the smartest guy, but he knows that what he's good at is stunts and stylized action and coordinating all that. So really like people like that who know what they're good at and can do it really well, as he's proven in the John Wick and John Wick Chapter 2. So why don't I shut up now? I've probably been talking your ear off for a little while now, but I just wanted to give you guys, if you haven't seen the first two and you don't plan on seeing the first two, which is, I would really recommend seeing the first two because they're really good movies. But I just wanted to give you guys an introduction to the world before going to see John Wick Chapter 3, or before we see this trailer here. So why don't we go ahead and take a look, and we'll talk about it a little bit after.
You have no idea what's coming.
Mr. Wick broke the rules. I trust you understand the repercussions if he survives.
John Wick, excommunicado, is now in effect.
Excommunicado.
You shouldn't be here. Nice suit.
Good to see you too. I need your help.
After this, we are less than even.
Such a badass.
There's no escape for you. The High Table wants your life.
Would you help set the mood for our new guest?
Let us begin.
Our services still off limits to me. What do you need? Guns. Lots of guns.
So Winston is on his side.
You think you can take John Wick? You've got a nasty surprise coming.
I've been looking forward to meeting you for a long time. And so far, you haven't disappointed.
He's riding a horse.
We can keep this up as long as you'd like. But this only ends one way.
This is gonna be such a great movie, I can tell.
All of
It's-
this for what? Because of a puppy?
Wasn't just a puppy.
Oh man. So I can't wait for this movie to come out. It looks like it's going to be more of the, John Wick and John Wick Chapter 2, more stylized action, more John Wick being a badass. And definitely, it looked like Winston is officially on his side. Like, he's actually helping him get equipment and guns to combat everything that's coming his way. One thing I did forget to mention in the intro to this is that basically there's this group of high-ranking individuals in the world that are, basically part of this thing called the High Table, which is basically a bunch of high-level mobsters that control everything in the underworld of John Wick, basically. And that's who he ended up killing in John Wick Chapter 2, which is why what it looks like in John Wick Chapter 3 is going to happen is all these assassins are being sent after him, not only because he was excommunicated for killing the D'Antonio, the Italian mobster in the Continental in New York, but also because he killed a member of the High Table for that guy. So that ticked them off in that way as well. So he's basically, John Wick has just got so many problems right now. He's got so many assassins from so many different directions coming his way. But it looks like it's going to be a hell of a ride again, just like John Wick and John Wick Chapter 2. So let me know, guys, if you're excited for this movie. Comes out, like I said, May 17th, so you got a month and a half or so. Are you excited for it? Leave some comments in the comment section. Keep hitting that like button like you've been doing. I really appreciate it. Share and subscribe. So thanks a lot, guys, for enjoying this with me. I'll see you again soon.